Hello everybody, welcome to another tutorial done by C3D. My name is Watson. Today I'm going to explain to you a little bit about how to export your asset from Substance Painter using GLTF format. So the first thing that you need to understand is that GLTF is now a very prominent format that we are using in the creators, because it is compatible with Substance Painter and you can do all the texturing just in Substance Painter and then export it out without any problem. So we need to understand exactly what does Substance Painter do when it exports from the GLTF preset that has been given. The first thing that you need to understand is that when you go to export textures and when you select GLTF metal roughness, and if you go to the texture sets, you can see that there are only three setups, actually three textures that has been exported. The first thing is base color, the second one is metal roughness and occlusion, and the third one is normal. Now what is the second set texture really mean? In this texture, the metalness information, the metallic information, the roughness information and the occlusion information is stated in. So it's like taking three maps and merging it together as one texture setup. So for an example, if you're having occlusion in your setup, you don't need to worry, because Substance Painter is going to merge it all together as once with all the roughness and the metallic information. Okay, so I have a setup, I have a model over here done by one of our C3D artists. He has done a good job. So basically what I did was I took his texture and I've applied it as a base color under a fill layer, and then what I've done is that I have given it a roughness information that is all the way to 0 and metallic a little bit. And now for example purposes, I'm going to create a new layer, and under that layer I'm going to go down and I'm going to close all these informations except for the normals, and I'm just going to come down and just make a very weird bring down the height information, and I'm gonna really make something really wobbly. Okay, this is just to give you a basic idea. And now I'm going to export this as a GLTF format. So I'm going to go to File, Export Textures, and under configuration I'm going to go all the way up and I'm going to select GLTF PBR metallic roughness, and all is done. Now I'm going to just set it to where it needs to go, and I'm just going to say that's it, and I'm going to say just export. Okay, now Substance Painter has done did all this work for me. Okay, now I want to explain to you about, now if you see in this box three files, one is GLTF, and this one is actually linked together as one. What is this? Just think as if OBJ has an MTL file which has all the texture informations written inside. It's something like that, but in GLTF it's called the bin. What is in the bin? The bin is actually the model. Okay, think it as it's the OBJ, and this part over here, this is the GLTF file which is having all the coordination information regarding the bin and which texture is related to which part of the mesh. Okay, Now what's this file? This is called the GLB file. If you are using GLB file, then you don't need these two. You don't need this and you don't need this. Why? Because these two are linked together, and this is a different kind of a format. This is GLB and this is GLTF. Okay, so it depends on what kind of a format you're using. If you're selecting GLB, then you just delete both, you delete the GLTF files and then select the textures and the GLB file and zip it up. If you are selecting GLTF, then it's the other way, so it's not that complicated at all. Now I'm gonna use GLTF, so I'm gonna delete this because I don't need it. It's a GLB file. It's gone. I will select each and every of them. So before that, I want to just go through the textures. Now this is the diffuse map. Okay, this is the normal map, and you can see that I've given some bit of information. And then if you go to the occlusion roughness map, you can see that now there are so much of things happening over here. There's occlusion information, there's also metallic information over here, on this here, and there's also roughness. So it's all merged together as one. So I can't like precisely say, okay, this is metallic and all. It's all together. Okay, now I just select it all, right click, send to compress, and now everything is there. I'm going to my project job request actually, and then I'm just going to select this, put it into GLTF, and wait till it gets uploaded. Welcome back, guys. Okay, the file is now uploaded, and if you can see right now, it's not actually reacting the way we want. There is no reflection happening. There's a little bit of light of reflection, but it's not looking good enough. Okay, so we see that there's an HDRI texture going around here, and we don't see anything over here. Okay, now the next part is where you work on the settings over here, which is given by the creators. If you want an HDRI texture to be activated in this viewer, then you need to go to the setup over here, which is HDRI, and then there are a couple of presets. They say off white, black, so for an example, I'm going to just give a blue. Once I give a blue, you can see that it's starting to reflect the HDRI texture. If you just toggle this button over here, you will see that there's an HDRI texture in the viewer, and it's starting to reflect. You can there are a couple of presets over here which are really good ones. For this one, I will go for black and white. Okay, which is really good because it's a studio look, right? And you have lots of information over here. There's a parameter over here which has HDRI intensity. You can play with it, and then there are other stuff, like for an example, if it's too sharp, you can toggle the blurriness, and then just 1 second. Yes, now it's starting to, you can see over here it's not sharp, it's starting to blur. If you toggle this out, it's sharp, blurriness, and there's blurriness in the HDRI texture. I hope this tutorial will give you an information that is quite enough for you all to understand basically working on Substance Painter and exporting it out in GLTF format. If you have further questions, please ping us up, and remember that we are there for you. Especially if you have any questions, you can also talk with your supervisor, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and God bless.